What is up, everybody? It's your boy Chris Cage coming at you 2 times, and we have a weekly race video for y'all today. Now, this weekly race video is sponsored by Why Hot Wheels. Put out a photo for the Legends Tour and puts two Midwest locations, i.e., Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Detroit, Michigan, but no Minnesota. Poor old Minnesota. Hot Wheels just does not care about Minnesota at all. So you will 100% likely never see me at the Hot Wheels Legends Tour because I'm not about to go to Wisconsin anytime soon. I'm not leaving out of parts unknown to go to Wisconsin. So yes, that is what this is what today's Hot Wheels weekly race video is sponsored by. So Hot Wheels, hold this L. Now, speaking of W's and L's, we have a weekly race to start off with, and we're on the free Range Raceway, and yes, the black padding is back. The reason why the black padding is back is because the other padding warped whilst in that big-ass closet over there. So, what that means is that this is going to be our new way, or to say the new way, but this is going to be our way until we get something better than this. But for today's weekly race, we're going to be doing a 40-car battle royale. Here we have 40 realistic castings. And they are going to be racing on the Free Range Raceway in order to get one winner. And after that, well, there's no prizes or nothing because it's basically just a race for bragging rights. And with that out of the way, it's time to begin the first round of this 40-car battle royale on the Free Range Raceway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to begin the first round. Here are your first two.
Winner, lane 5.
And we can officially say our first winner is the Ford GT LM. Coming up is our next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
And your next winner is the Renault Sport RS. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 3.
And as I saw, your winner is, well, the 2015 Ford Mustang GT convertible. All right, next matchup.
Winner, lane 5.
And your winner is the 71 Porsche 911. As it veered off the track and right into me almost. Here we go, next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
And your next winner is the Coupe Camaro. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 5.
The winner is the Isuzu V-Cross. All right, we got some Corvettes on the track.
Winner, lane 5.
Corvette C6R gets the win. All right, next matchup. All right, so now it's my time to introduce the rules, obviously. You do not have to make this finish line sound when you cross the line. All you have to do is cross it first. And so, I happen to see this fair lane cross the line first. All right, here you go. Next matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
And the Javelin AMX gets the win. All right, next two. Oh, that Datsun 240Z was going to try something, but he did not succeed. And your winner is the Volkswagen Golf Mark 7. Next matchup. Winner is this Porsche 930. Next matchup. Corvette SR2. All right, next matchup. Well, it's a little bit of a battle, but it's going to have to go to that Escort RS 1600 50th Anniversary Race Team Edition. Next matchup. The S2000 got taken out, and your winner is the Dodge Charger 500. American Muscle just did a JDM wrong. Next matchup. The Viper lost control, so the winner is the Arkham Asylum Batmobile, which, by the way, is going to be a 2020 E-Case treasure hunt. Next matchup. The Knight being represented by the Custom 7 Ford Mustang. Next matchup. And another car that just rockets off the padding. Your winner is the 2008 Lancer Evolution Race Team Edition. All right, next matchup. So yeah, looks like the looks like this 32 Ford has gotten the best of that 69 Chevy, because they were grinding against each other, and the Chevy didn't transfer that well as he hit the yellow thing. All right, next matchup. All right, 67 Mustang got the win. Oh, looky here, looky here, looky here. Got ourselves two final racers, and they're both orange. So it's time to see who is going to win between these two and move on to the next round. The Hyundai Genesis Coupe gets the win. So here are your winners for round one. Moving on to round number two. Quite a mean-looking group here. There they are, right there for you. And guess what? Round number two will be coming up next. Time to kick things off with the second round with these two. We have to redo this because we forgot to take this car off the track. And the Renault Sport RS will continue to move on. Here is your next matchup. Do cars just love to veer off into me for some reason? Because it happened twice so far. Your winner is the 71 Porsche 911. Here you go, next matchup. Let's see if one of these two vehicles will veer right off into me. Well, he came close to doing so, but it's going to go to this Isuzu V-Cross. Because it crosses things, and it's a vehicle. Hence why it's called a V-Cross. Next matchup. The Corvette C6R. Alright, right, next matchup. Guess who just came off the camera just to meet me and say, hey, I did it! The Porsche 930. Here we have another matchup.
Winner, lane 4.
And your winner is the Volkswagen Golf Mark 7. Here is your next matchup. Volkswagen, or no, not Volkswagen. It is the Custom 7 Ford Mustang. I don't know why I just called this a Volkswagen just now, almost. Alright, we have Ford versus Dodge in this matchup.
Winner, lane 5.
And the classic Ford is going to take it. Coming at you with this matchup. And looks like it's a Hyundai Genesis Coupe, the next casting to have tried to veer off into me again. Finally, we have these two. It's time to see who will make it to the third round. That will definitely have to go to the 2008 Lancer Evolution Racing Edition because he held on while the Ford was trying to stop him. So, after round 2, here are the 10 vehicles that I've moved on. And we're going to go to the third round, and that will be coming up right after this message. Third round here, ladies and gentlemen. We have the RS, and we have ourselves a Porsche. We got the French versus the Germans. Let's see who's going to take this one.
Winner, lane 3.
I think this is an accurate description of what happened because the French took it with their Renault Sport RS winning. Here we go, next matchup. And the Corvette just gets sandwiched after he wins, after the Via Cross just puts a dastardly move on him. Here we go. Next 6. I meant next 2. But regardless of who the next racers were, the Custom 7 Ford Mustang beat out a Ford Classic in that Escort. Second to the last matchup. That could have gone either way, but it goes to the Golf Mark II with this big-ass A on the top of it. And your final matchup is between a Hyundai and a Mitsubishi. We have the Hyundai Genesis Coupe that gets the win. You wonder what I wonder? Now, there is this new manufacturer, which is a subdivision of Hyundai called Genesis. So I wonder if this car inspired the new manufacturer name Genesis. Go ahead and speculate in the comments down below if you think so. But without further ado, here are your 5 cars moving on. So now here's how round number 4 is going to go. We're going to race these two, but this car gets the ultimate pass. So it sits over there and just listens to the action. And then after the 4th round is done, we do the finals, which we will race the winners of these 2 races in a one-and-done race, and then they'll move on to take the Genesis Coupe on. So, with that in mind, we are going to begin round number 4 right after this. Alright, 4th round. It's going to be a fairly short round, so we're going to begin with our first of 2 matches. Ooh, great matchup between those two. But it's the finish line that counts, and so far, I think I may have seen the C6R cross the line. Both had a great start and great run down the track on the black padding, but at the end of the day, the CRX is going to take it. That was some great racing. Now we're going to find out who faces the C6R. I might have to re-race that because I didn't capture it. But something tells me that it may have been this car that's crossed the line, but both spun out of control. So let's re-race that. Remember, you do not have to make the finish line sound. So even though he crossed the line and didn't make the finish line sound, you have to cross the line however you can first. So even if the car is coming through here and just doing that, and then it's just the finish line doesn't sound, that is okay. Or you can just make it sound like basically if the car comes through. So with that in mind, it'll be the Golf Mark 7 taking on the Corvette C6R. And that means that it's time to kick off the finals, which means final races are going to be starting to happen. And they're going to be coming up next. Finals races are taking place right now. First up, we have a one-and-done race between the C6R and the Golf Mark 7. Let's see what happens. And it will be the Golf Mark 7 facing off against the Hyundai Genesis Coupe. So, who will get the bragging rights? Will it be the Hyundai Genesis Coupe, or will it be the Volkswagen Golf Mark 7? And this matchup is going to happen right about now. And here we go. It all comes down to this. We are racing these cars in finals style, which means that it can go a fairly long time if these two are competitive. And the Golf Mark 7 just barely holds off against the Genesis Coupe. If he wins again, then that means that he is your winner and gets all the bragging rights. The Hyundai Genesis Coupe has to force a split in order to stay alive. If not, the Golf wins it. It doesn't matter how hard the Genesis hits them because he knows his fate. And that is basically that the Golf Mark 7 is today's winner of the 40-car Battle Royale. So, congratulations to the Golf Mark 7 on this incredible feat. Little history on the Golf Mark 7. It came to us in a car culture, I think it was a Euro style series, and then made its mainline debut in 2017. And after that, as garnered around to get a lot of great releases, and I hope to see another future release of this casting, preferably with 5 spokes and made in Indonesia, because that will be a serious threat to be taken if that car comes into the collection. But until then, big ups to this version of the Golf Mark 7 for winning it all. And that'll do it for today's Hot Wheels Weekly Race. I hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. If you are brand new watching this, be sure to subscribe and also turn on the notifications bell as well. It's your boy Chris Cage, and I'm coming at you 2 times, and we will be seeing you at the next video.